I thought I was going to be dead.
We found a lot of high metals in this rock.
One touch more. I'm afraid, that thing keeps building and something is going to give.
As hobbyists, we tend to chase perfection, but that perfection looks different for everyone. It's the beauty of aquaria. At Polo Reef, it's Andrew and the team's goal to create the most comfortable environment for fish and coral. Today, the team will work on chasing that perfection, dive to catch fish in the 17,000-gallon tank, work on solving the metals issues, as well as introducing Andrew's prized fish into their new forever home. Before any of that happens, the team turns their attention to pressure. Well, in this case, total gas pressure, or TGP. What is total gas pressure? It's a good question. Here's Andrew to explain.
Big tanks, big skimmers, big engines, lots of bubbles, big drops. Cause gases in the water, nitrogen and oxygen.
Commercial aquariums usually solve this TGP problem with building big degassing towers, essentially thinking bioballs dripping down and picking up atmosphere as it drips down. However, at Polo, we have a real estate problem, and the only way we could have dealt with that is building an 8-foot biochamber over our sump, and we would lose access to our sump then. So we went with the membranes.
We've installed now a new vacuum pump. The gas pressure is at 102 and a fraction, almost 103. We want to be lower than that. The residual, that's the nitrogen. And we can see the oxygen here at 8 something. And obviously the balance is that residual at 82.
Over the years, Andrew has had problems with keeping deepwater captive-bred fish, like the Personatus angel and the conspic angelfish. He's even seen a few fish with some eye problems. The thought is that this might be due to TGP, and that's why the team is focusing on lowering the levels. At the moment, Andrew is even considering lowering the entire water temperature by 1 degree on the 17,000-gallon tank. This is to help the deepwater fish be more comfortable. Joe and John are down in the sub-basement this morning, working on a new way of releasing that pressure. It's a large job to take on first thing in the morning, but nothing the dream team can't handle.
Trying to upgrade our gas transfer membranes by using a vacuum pump, so it's not just that atmospheric air. Once we put our vacuum on, it'll suck more nitrogen out of the tank water, and we have an abundance of nitrogen because the free fall of the tank dropping about 100 feet, sucking air into the pipes, which is saturating the water with air.
As they work in the sub-basement, Michelle is already geared up for her routine weekly dive in the 17,000-gallon tank. She has one added task today, and that's to catch a few fish that are showing some signs of injury. However, just like the last time she tried to catch some fish, she's off to a slow start. Good thing she has Supermax up top to help her out with some netting. Just like most problems at Polo Reef, the team puts their heads together and finds solutions. Andrew pops in and has a simple yet brilliant idea to help net the fish.
The idea is to feed these fish in this basketball net. Some of them are already in, no problem. And they'll feed nori on it and get used to it. After a couple of days, they will all go in there. They're not so keen initially on going in there first. So this is something that, like, you got to train them to feed inside that. And then any fish we want that go in, we pull it up quickly out of the water and we collect fish that we want to capture and put in the back. The ones where the fins are really damaged. And this is the way we're fishing.
Andrew's method of feeding the fish in the net to get them used to it seems to be working. Who would have thought that fish love bait? With Michelle and company working on the 17,000-gallon tank, Joe and John take a break from pressure to focus on another issue haunting Polo Reef, the high metals. In previous episodes, the team believes they found the culprit to the high copper levels, and it was something hiding in plain sight.
We got all our rocks stored underneath this equipment. You see the copper tubing? You see the oxidation? You see the rust? This is all oxidation.
Joe, you telling me all this rock could be contaminated?
Yeah. This is a problem.
But we got ICP for the outside block beans.
P of the rock came, huh?
Been waiting for this one.
Let's see what you
There we
got.
go.
Here's our outside rock.
Wow, look at that copper.
There you go.
So
There's
it's
your
leaching
source.
and it's not.
Yeah, 10 times natural seawater.
Wow. So that's where it's leaching from. It's not coming from the tanks into the rocks. It's coming from the rock into the tanks.
Yep, 100%.
What other metals do we have there?
We got elevated vanadium.
How high is the vanadium?
50.
50.
That will leach in your tank, baby.
Of course.
Yeah, it's got to be from
That's also
outside,
a
I
blend
think.
of-
Clean the rock up with acid or...
Save it somehow.
Yeah, well, I guess we could try it before we toss it. I just can't be sure it's on the surface or if it's endemic in the rock. Get some live rock from
Pristine.
Yeah, some Australian live rock, crush it up, and
Stuff that's never seen our outside storage area.
exactly. And let's just make sure. Quite shocking, actually. Well, I'm glad. Look at these metals. Holy cow. Well, to be determined what happens next.
There we go.
I wonder whether we're gonna have to toss this rock or not.
Team works on removing the metals from the rocks using 3 bins and some active ingredients. Right now, Andrew and the Polo team cure the rocks in a black bin. Andrew and the team have decided to take no risks. The first step in the decontamination process is separating the rocks into food-grade bins. They will use 3 different bins. One for the rocks that were being cured in the back, one for the rocks that were stored outside, and the last bin is for the rocks out of the 280s. While the rest of the team finishes setting up the white buckets, Jonathan and Joe get to work on the TGP equipment. They're beginning to map out the vacuum installation, and it starts with none other than a drawing.
I think the water flow is like this. So the airflow has to go like this. So we need to suck the airflow the opposite direction. You know, if we go like this on the bottom and just run this side to the pump.
They head downstairs to begin the installation of the vacuum to help with the TGP.
So we gotta add the 2 valves and connect the tubing on the bottom and run it up to the vacuum pump. And then we'll plug it in and see how it goes. We'll check the vacuum on the gauges. We're looking at the vacuum building in these units, which is sucking more nitrogen out. I thought I was gonna be dead.
The goal of relieving the pressure even further is to provide the best conditions possible for fish and coral on the 17,000 gallon tank. At Polo Reef, there are many different rare fish that require some pristine conditions. Among those are Andrew's beloved conspic angelfish.
We have 4 baby conspicuous angelfish, captive bred, which means not taken from the wild. And I'm really excited to raise these babies again.
While everyone is busy, Max has been in the back trapping the conspic angelfish out of their holding tanks. They have cleared their rigorous Polo Reef quarantine process and are more than ready to go home.
Well, they're going to the major league, to the big leagues.
Like for the big leagues.
You know, they got promoted.
What makes the acclimation process a little more easy is that the 17,000 gallon tank and the 300 gallon tank where the fish were being held are both on the same system. This makes the introduction into their new home much less stressful. With all the angelfish wrangled, they begin the acclimation process by floating the protective cage in the 17,000 gallon water. The conspic angelfish will remain in the breeder box for a bit to make sure there's no aggression when they are finally added into the tank. The big moment is close, but the team, they'll need to be a little bit more patient. While they wait for the acclimation process, Joe and John finish the install of the vacuum pump to help solve the TGP issue.
We have the vacuum pump set up on the gas transfer membranes now. We installed the pump up here because there's more airflow, so any of the nitrogen is pulling out of the gas transfer membranes, hence the water is being dispersed up here and not in a confined space downstairs.
Now, it's the moment of truth, as the Polo family gets ready to introduce these rare beauties into their forever home on the 17,000 gallon tank. This is the big moment for Andrew.
All right, so it's been a few hours since we put the conspics in the assimilation box. Yelson's gonna drop some seaweed in on the far side to get all the bigger fish to go there, while I drop in the conspics on this near side.
These angels signify more than a fish splashing into a reef tank. It signifies progress. The team may never reach perfection, but they're always going to strive for it. It's the Polo Reef way. TGP has been a hot topic for Andrew for some time now, so he's more than excited to test the tanks. Now that the install is complete, he walks around with his TGP meter to check the readings.
The monitor and the probe is in the water. I'm looking at it right now. There it is. 102.3 TGP and about 103 residual, which is down about a point to 2 points since we started this.
He heads back to the clam tanks to get some more measurements.
Yeah, I think they can take this thing up again.
Back in the lab, Andrew looks to push perfection even further.
It can go down half a point more.
Have a point. We're -5.
I feel like we should maybe just go, don't get this too dirty, just a little bit more suction.
Let's
You
go.
want to show how to do it?
Let's go.
Come on. This is the new pump that's sucking.
How much is it sucking?
I don't know. We're going to go find out right now. It's building now, slowly.
Yeah. If you put your hand, it's sucking here, right? So,
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
right?
Yeah.
So, the salt stream is going to get sucked in here, and the valve is almost closed. It's going to close it completely. And
Where's the vacuum? Right here?
it's going down and out.
Aren't these things designed for pressure?
But we don't know.
How much? But what's the risk? Don't know. You don't know.
Now that the team has a full understanding of the salt creep issue, the brainstorming begins. One thing Polo Reef is great at is finding innovative solutions to any size problems.
And something is gonna give. It's not dangerous here, but at some point, we gotta take this outside also.
Why is Polo Reef using muriatic acid to treat the rocks? Well, here's John to explain.
We're trying to break the bonds on the surface of the rocks, hoping all the metals will come out that I think are just on the surface, and then he'll drain it, rinse it, and we'll fill it with salt water, and we'll see in a week if it leaches any more metals.
It's a simple waiting game at this point to find the winning formula to get rid of the metals on the rock. It's been a long hunt, but the team is so close to getting the high metals under control. While the rocks take a break in the muriatic bubble bath, Jonathan and Joe continue working on their solution to TGP. They're doing this to prevent salt creep from clogging the valves and in turn, creating too much pressure.
Dropping now. We're gonna have to vacuum on the gauge. Make sure we get it set to the right level. For today, between like -12 and -15, but in the future we could probably push it to -20. So we put the pre-filter on the gas membrane, transfer to the air side. We got it all balanced out for today. We need to install a few gauges and a precision valve next time.
In previous episodes, Andrew, Alex, and John competed head-to-head in a quarantine competition with a new shipment of anthias. After weeks in quarantine, the anthias are ready for one last checkup before heading into their new homes.
We started with 140 anthias, the competition between me, John, and Andrew. So now Andrew has the decision of figuring out where all these anthias are going. Again, we had over a 95% success rate on this batch coming in.
After review, they look all good and are given a clean bill of health.
The anthias all scraped clean. They all look great. 40 of them are going to go into the 300-gallon LPS.
With 40 anthias released in the LPS tank, Alex pops into the living room to talk to Andrew about where he wants to put the rest of them.
Are they swimming in it? They're at the open or a bowl?
They're big ball of anthias. Big ball of anthias.
Scared.
Yeah, they're not happy.
Keep going.
Keep going. More?
Double that, maybe.
So 80?
Yeah.
Alex grabs another batch of 40 and gives them a quick scrape. You can never have enough anthias.
Everyone came back clean, and they're going to go into the 300-gallon LPS with the other 40.
Once they splash down, Andrew pops in the back to decide where to put the last batch.
All right, so let's stop there.
Do you want me to leave these sectioned off for now? They're all in this one little section.
No, let's. I want to say 17,000.
So yeah, so just go 17.
17.
Beautiful. 17,000. So all those Bartlett anthias made it through quarantine. They've been distributed around the house. You can enjoy their forever homes.
These anthias have all been on their own separate journeys, but at the end of the day, they all came out healthy. It goes to show that there is no one answer to keeping fish alive. Even with these results, Andrew and the team will continue to push what's possible as long as the results stay the same. It's been a busy day at Polo Reef chasing perfection. The team is exhausted and ready for some rest. Tonight, they might be dreaming about TGP and how to make it better, but the day must come to an end. This is only the beginning for the gas pressure in the 17,000-gallon system. The team will soon shift their attention to TGP in the 2,500-gallon tank as well. The metals, they're not solved, but the clues are getting clearer. And the angels, they're home. And at Polo Reef, every answer leads to the next question. In the pursuit of perfection, it never stops. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to stay updated on everything Polo Reef. Until next time.